reminders, and I hope I can remember them all. First one, bathrooms are just right out the door and to the right. Exits, just keep walking. And then the last one, cell phones. Please take a moment right now to just turn them off, put them on silent, whatever you need to do, and we'll get ready to roll. Thank you very much for being here, and we're really excited about it. Bye.
graduate with a bloody nose. He's just so excited to graduate. So if you could give us just a quick moment, we want to make sure all of our gentlemen look super snazzy today. And let's give a round of applause to our faculty who have come on in as well. Give us one moment.
that energy and enthusiasm explains a lot of what we've experienced. Enjoy. We are so excited to begin this ceremony. We will do so with an invocation, and I will ask that you stand during the invocation and then invite you to stand after. So we welcome Michelle Shaw, Goal 1 Student Council representative, to start us with the invocation.
We gather today on the feast of the Stuart, or Sacred Heart, in celebration of the graduated class of Stuart Hall for Boys, and give thanks. Let us pray. Spirit of life, creator, source of boundless compassion, we thank you for this day and for the wisdom to recognize our gifts and serve you with gratitude. Bless these graduates as they pursue the next steps in their educational journey. Provide them with the courage to move beyond fear and doubt, to find strength in their capacity to care for others, and to respect the diversity of humankind. Help them to be mindful that true success is born to meaningless relationships and a community that embraces peace and justice. Through your gracious spirit, we ask that you bless them with patience as they explore new horizons and territories. Bless them with humanity in the face of success and abundance. Bless them with compassion for the poor, the sick, and the suffering. Bless them with generosity in the midst of the challenges to come. Bless them with gratitude for friends, mentors, and families who have supported them through their journey. And bless us all, family, friends, faculty, administrators, mentors, supporters, as we share in the joy of their accomplishments. Amen.
Amen. Please be seated. What a nice invocation. Thank you, Michelle. I'm Dr. Anne-Marie Kreutzart, President of Schools, and it is my pleasure to welcome you, parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, and family, friends, and of course, alum, to our Stuart Hall 8th grade commencement exercises. I would love to have our alum, if you attended a Sacred Heart school, would you please stand so we can recognize you? Well, welcome back. Once a child of the Sacred Heart, always a child of the Sacred Heart. I want to start also with a special thank you and recognition of the faculty who are here. We have so many faculty here, we had to fill the back rows with the faculty. But faculty, would you please stand to be recognized? And let's take a look in the back and the back. The end product of this 9-year education, or as many years as your son may have been here, is really a product of the devotion and passion and excellence of these educators. They have been there for the knee bumps, the interactions among our students, to inspire them, to hold them, and to know them. And I don't think there is a better faculty anywhere in the world. So thank you again to this tremendous faculty. So today we come to celebrate an educational vision that began in France in 1800 and stays true to the vision of its foundress to this day, June 16th, 2023. Quite appropriately, the Feast of the Sacred Heart, as Michelle mentioned. This education has stood the test of time, offering a timely and timeless education of mind, body, in spirit. A Sacred Heart education asks each person to be all that they were meant to be, no more and definitely no less. In the constitutions of the Society of Sacred Heart, Madeline Sophie Barad declared through a Sacred Heart education that people would become ever more aware of truth, of love, and of freedom. That they would discover the significance of their lives and devote themselves to others. That they would take part creatively in the common effort to transform the world. No small charge. So today, I hope you will see the way that that happens is through an education that asks each student to find a path, his own path, to academic achievement, athletic engagement, and spiritual development. Today, you'll hear how well known each of these young men is. And it's just a small sample of the relationship and knowing each faculty member had with each of them along their path. You will hear how the school has experienced and observed their unique genius. And you will hear from each of these young men words of how this education transformed them or what they have gratitude for. Now, when they say these things, know how intimidating it actually is. And I'm so proud of them for standing in front of you and owning that journey. So as a Sid in Life at the Sacred Heart, come as you are, and you will be met with great love. I believe it is that love that has surrounded each of these boys on their path. So please welcome Kevin Brenner, who will share some thoughts. Thank you.
Good morning and welcome to the commencement exercises for the Stuart Hall for Boys class of 2023. My name is Kevin Brenner and I have the privilege of serving as head of our Stuart Hall for Boys division. I'm honored to be here with you today to celebrate this important milestone in the boys' lives. I'd also like to take a moment to welcome those who are joining us via live stream provided by our production team. Parents, grandparents, friends, faculty, graduates, thank you for being with us, and thank you for the love, support, and partnership you've demonstrated throughout the years in our school community. Faculty and staff, thank you for the unending and unwavering dedication, inspiration, and empowerment you've provided to these young men throughout their journey here. I am deeply grateful for you and for the impact you have on our students. I'd also like to add a special thanks to the faculty who are playing in our band today. Thank you to Talbot Moore, Dennis Estrada. Grateful for your steadfast support of our students and faculty, as well as the parents. I'm honored to serve with both of you, and I deeply value your wisdom, presence, and partnership. And thank you, Dr. Krejcarek. Your vision, your steadfastness, your energy, they're all key reasons why we are able to deliver to our students the meaningful education you described. Thank you to our Board of Trustees for their important and impactful work guiding our school and their support of the leadership team here. Lastly, thank you to Jeff DeSantis and our fabulous facilities team, to Chris Miller in the booth for technical production, and Ken Savage and his production team for the design and delivery of today's ceremony. This is where I rap. Just kidding. I won't do that, I won't sing, I won't dance. But I realize this next part's for the boys, so if you'll forgive me, I'm just gonna kind of speak to them, but you're welcome to listen in. Gentlemen, today is your day. This is your day. It's a day to recognize and honor you and your unique genius as individuals, but also as a class. It's a day to mark an accomplishment in your academic journey, a transition from one chapter to the next, from your elementary K through 8 journey onto high school. I'm grateful for each of you and for the class that you are and the opportunity that we had to lead our community together this year. Your class is passionate, adventurous, daring, artistically gifted, musically talented, and athletically inclined. I think we did get a glimpse of where the passion comes from as we entered here this morning. It was very fitting. From the moment you stepped foot on this campus, and I know I wasn't here when you did, so I had to ask around a little bit. From the moment you stepped foot onto this campus, you approached every challenge with a fearless spirit, ready to embrace the unknown. Whether it was pushing boundaries of your own comfort zones, or maybe boundaries of some of the rules in classrooms, I don't know. Maybe it's embarking courageously on experiential education trips, like last year to Washington, D.C., and this spring to Channel Islands, or taking on leadership roles in a variety of activities. This class has consistently shown an unwavering determination to explore new frontiers, to take risks, and to think outside the box. You live life to its fullest, and it really is inspiring to witness. Not only are you a class of passionate, daring adventurers, you are truly a class of gifted artists, athletes, and musicians. The talent that resides within your ranks is truly awe-inspiring. Our galleries have been filled with vibrant artwork, showcasing not only artistic prowess and imaginative minds, but deep convictions for justice. We have witnessed the jaw-dropping displays of athleticism, achieving remarkable feats on the court and the field, faculty forgive me, including your defeating us in the basketball game and kickball game recently. What's fair is fair. If we rub it in when they lose, we got to give them credit, right? That's part of being a gentleman. We did win the tug of war, Dr. Kraitzarek. Thank you for reminding us. I believe we did it 3 times in a row, but that wasn't in my notes. So I'm going to move on. The melodies that have echoed through our theaters and classrooms have touched our souls, thanks to the many gifted musicians among you. Each of you possesses a unique passion that drives this class forward, pushing the boundaries of what you believe is possible, and maybe sometimes what we believe is possible. Carry that artistic, athletic, and musical spirit into the future, using your talents to make a positive impact on the world around you. I shared with you recently at our St. Madeleine Sophie Barra Feast Day prayer service that courage and confidence, the 2 words St. Madeleine Sophie used in signing her letters, are key to leading as a Stuart Hall gentleman. Mr. Estrada and I honored you in your leadership during this service, and we called upon the lessons St. Madeleine Sophie taught us about leadership. Courage is not the absence of fear. Rather, the ability to face it head on. It's not about bravado or arrogance. It should always coexist with humility and vulnerability. True courage involves acknowledging one's limitations, seeking help when needed, and being open to learning from others. It takes courage to step out of your comfort zone, to embrace new challenges, and to strive for greatness. Believe in your abilities, for it is through adversity and setbacks that you will ultimately discover your true strength. Confidence is the unwavering belief in your own worth as a child of God and as a child of the Sacred Heart. It's a belief in your capabilities in a way that will enable you to seize the opportunities I mentioned and accomplish the goals you set. Confidence empowers you to speak up, to take risks, to push boundaries, and to reach your potential. Remember, the road to success will not always be smooth, but with confidence and courage, you can ignite your potential, and that will propel you forward. Gentlemen, you truly exemplify the Sacred Heart goals and criteria and the core values you've been taught during your journey at Stuart Hall for Boys. Important values such as empathy, kindness, humility, and service. Father Greg Bonfilio's homily last evening at Baccalaureate reminded us that the world has many needs, and those are needs that you are called to meet. The education you've received here has prepared you to go forward and discover and reveal God's love, seeking to be a source of transformation in the world. Janet Erskine Stewart wrote, "Life faces you with courageous challenges at every step of the way. I have full confidence in you as a child of the Sacred Heart, equipped and empowered to go forth to love and thereby transform our world." Thank you. I would now like to invite up our Commissioner General, Grady Hausler.
Good morning to Dr. Krachark, Mr. Brenner, Mr. Moore, Mr. Strada, Stuart Hall for Boys faculty and staff, our families, and most importantly, to the great Stuart Hall for Boys class of 2023. I am Grady Hausler, and I'm so happy to speak with you today to celebrate this amazing class that you see in front of you. But first, on behalf of this class of 23, I would like to thank the entire Stuart Hall faculty, administration, and staff for its support and for always being there for each person here. The teachers that we have had at this school, whether we thought they were difficult or easy, have positively influenced and shaped us into who we are. We are sincerely grateful for your guidance. I would also like to thank our parents, siblings, and other family members who are always supportive throughout our years at Stuart Hall. You guided and helped us get through these years that we and you thought may never end. We are sincerely grateful for your love and motivation. Now let's reflect on some of the great times we shared together as classmates. The class of 2023 will forever be known as the greatest sports class in history of Stuart Hall. We have celebrated 4 basketball championships, undefeated, a volleyball championship, undefeated, a golf championship, and a cross-country championship. We worked so hard on so many projects together, such as the Rube Goldberg Project, Molecule, and Brio Project. We had the most amazing final conche, where for the first time, we went right up to people's car doors and told them that they had the most amazing day ahead of them. Many of us lost our voices before the day even got started. We also had a rare victory over the faculty at the annual basketball game. We took trips that were some of our best times together. In 7th and 8th grade, we had 2 big year-end trips to Washington, D.C. and the Channel Islands that fed into our collective love for long travel to bond as a class. Who could forget last year taking a red-eye to D.C. and then getting right on with the rest of our day to the point of exhaustion? It did not crush our spirits, though, mostly. This year, we traveled to the Channel Islands and back on 2 7-hour bus rides that were fun for the first hour. Most miraculously, we survived without our phones for a week on both trips and grew closer as a class, making lasting memories. We shared rewarding experiences in the classroom. In math, Miss B would always yell, "Scribes gone rogue," or one of her other catchphrases. In English, some of us laughed about the things we were reading, and some of us forgot our books. In PE, we played 3 straight hours of volleyball, which felt crazy, or maybe not, because we loved it so much. Shout out to Coach Palace for letting us use the gym. In art, we worked so hard on our projects all the time. In religion, a little rubber duck was the best tool of all the classes. In biology, we played ping pong and Trip dominated. Also, Mr. Purvis is the nicest person on the planet. In history, we listened to lectures and the amazing class playlist Miss Sell made for us. Our class is sincerely extraordinary, not just for the great number of championships, not for the lengthy trips, and not for our class experiences. It is the people that made the Stuart Hall for Boys class of 2023 truly exceptional. We were by no means perfect, and we might have gone into trouble occasionally. But we came together and built a strong community of great individuals. Our friendships we made along the way were genuinely special and will never be forgotten. Even though it is sad we were going our separate ways, we'll always remember what we shared together at this amazing school, which we were fortunate enough to call our own for a great portion of each of our lives. Today's graduation marks the arrival of our future. Stuart Hall has prepared us to move forward confidently. The time has come and we are ready. Let us appreciate the journey we have had together and be passionate for what lies ahead of us. Go now and be proud. We will always be classmates, brothers, and Stuart Hall gentlemen. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to invite Mr. Dan Horan to the podium to share some words to the graduating class.
Good morning. It's an honor to be here. Grady, that was fantastic. Well said. Okay, 8th graders, this, I can almost promise, will most likely be the last time I stand before you all and tell you what to do. So bear with me. Recently, I've been watching a number of shows and films about individuals who participate in extreme mountain sports, big mountain skiing, rock climbing, whitewater kayaking, and the like. And I recently watched Free Solo on Disney+, the documentary about Alex Honnold, the first person to summit El Capitan alone and without the use of a rope. To me, and to most sensibly minded people, the idea of this is utterly insane. It's amazing and awe-inspiring, of course, but totally and completely nuts. For those of you who have seen the film, you know, but for the rest, picture El Capitan, 3,000 feet of sheer vertical rock, and think about that for a second. No rope. Now, I'm not at all like Alex, and my story is nothing like his, and I'm grateful for that. Gee, simply watching that film provoked such a sense of acute anxiety, I couldn't shake it for like an hour after the closing credits. But because of who Alex is and what he does, he's done a lot of thinking about fear, what it is, and the role it plays in his life. Despite the fact that his passion is a bit beyond the ordinary, he said something I found to be quite profound, and he sums up a point with this: you face your fear because your goal demands it. And this actually made a lot of sense to me. It makes sense because it prioritizes the goal over the fear. And isn't that an ideal we can get behind regardless of what those fears and goals might be? Thankfully, most of our goals are a bit more reasonable, attainable, and certainly safer than, say, Alex's. Or at the very least, they involve a significantly lower chance of one plummeting a few thousand feet to certain death. But we'll come back to this idea in just a second. When I was asked to craft this address by Mr. Estrada, my first inclination was to quickly say no and plot my exit. I can't do it, I thought. I'm too busy. Overwhelmed with end-of-the-year grading, the writing of comments for report cards. You get it. I'm just too busy. But there's more to it than that, right? What's this reactive default to no really about? It's about doubt. What on earth do I have to say that somehow might resonate with this eighth grade graduating class? Anything at all? At that moment, I felt underqualified, and so I was quickly inclined to say no. Doubt, that's what surfaced. And isn't doubt simply fear repackaged? And when I realized this, I knew I had to say yes. Because isn't that the lesson we're trying to impart to these boys? That we prioritize the end result over initial fear? So yes, the idea of giving a commencement speech to a graduating class, something I personally had never done before, shook me a little, and I'll admit that. But sometimes the thinking about something needs to take a backseat to the actual doing of something. So that's why I'm here. I wanted to take a chance so I could talk to these boys about the importance of taking chances. So 8th graders, here you are. On the cusp of really big change. What comes next for you all? What will your lives look like in 3 months or 3 years? What will become of your ambition and goals during that time? What will you do to obtain them? And will you like who you become in pursuit of these goals? Now, 10 or 20 or 30 something years ago, I too was in your shoes. And I remember that summer before high school. I recall feeling like I was on the cusp of something big, some significant sea change in my own experience. But summer had a numbing effect on this sense of awareness, and I walked into a new school on that first day of high school feeling lost and overwhelmed. And though, of course, I grew more comfortable during my 4 years there, I never entirely shook that feeling. And now looking back, I realize how fear adversely played into my experience. But enough about me. This is about you. Pivotal moments almost always align with challenges, turning points they're often called. They indicate an opportunity to progress to something new. Maybe El Capitan, or maybe something smaller and ideally less death-defying, but no less significant when it comes to big change. And that's where you're all at right now. Staring up at something monolithic, a future that isn't yet scripted. So here's what I have to say about fear. And in some ways, this might contradict the example I mentioned about that climber on El Capitan. I want to say this. Though you're entering a phase of uncertainty, don't let that related fear define your experience. Don't let it dictate what you do. When you're inclined to try something new, do it. When you're considering trying out for a theater production or a new sport, I say do it. You've played the piano for 6 years, but you're curious about the guitar. Pick it up and go for it. And here's where I'll contradict that climber's story. It is okay to fail. Because it's all part of overcoming that fear. Now, that doesn't work so well 2,000 feet up on El Capitan with no rope, but it works in most aspects of life during the 4 short years that lie ahead of you all. Remember, much like the characters you've encountered in so many of the stories you've read during our time here, you're crafting your own narrative, forging your own path. Make it one you'll be proud of. And make it one that will shape you into the person that you want to become. With that, I say again, go for it. Cherish the joy of the journey in your heart. Because when we're moving forward and through fear, we change. Growth, maturity, personal awareness, and happiness, this is what we gain when we overcome the doubt and fear that hold us back. And this is worth risk and effort. Remember, it's easy to invent reasons why not to do something difficult. It's easy to say no, to say maybe later. But you have to prioritize reaching out over standing back. You never know who might become your next dear friend or what will become your life's passion. Remember, you're still finding out what you like and what you're good at. So listen to your heart And don't forget, there's no one out there quite like you. Be kind, be strong, and be fearless. Congratulations, and take good care.
Wow, that was incredible. Mr. Brenner, wonderful words. Thank you. And, I mean, Grady, that isn't easy, right? Grady was up here being very thoughtful about his place. Let's give it up for Grady. And Mr. Horan, I mean, I think those messages were not only for these 8th grade boys, but for each of us, right? So it's our pleasure now. There's a phrase in Sacred Heart Education, more than your words, your example will teach and inform. So what an incredible opportunity to have a group of faculty perform here as the house band. So let's give it up for getting the house band here. Just got to say, this doesn't just come together. If you would have seen these individuals' schedules this week, among all of the meetings they had about an hour and a half band practice every time. Now, boys, just for a moment, you might not be able to see. So before you get started, boys, do you want to just see what this looks like? Come on, stand up. Come on, let's see them. Pretty cool. All right. Are you ready? All right. Thank you, Mr. Moore.
All right, there we go. We are the house band. Thank you for being here today. As we've been hearing so many great words, these lyrics here have some advice for you guys as well. So pay attention. All right. We are the house band. Let's rock and roll. You got a heart so big it can crush this town, and I can't hold out forever. Even walls fall down. Baby, you got a heart so big it can crush this town, and I can't hold out forever. Even walls fall down. They fall down. Congratulations, 2023. Thank you very much.
I believe the band's taking bookings, so what a gift. Thank you so very much.
Well, now we come to the time where we will honor each of these fine young men and acknowledge them for their journey here, and as referenced earlier, share a bit about their individual unique genius. So each student's name will be read, and as the diploma is conferred, Mr. Estrada will share some remarks about the boy, and then he'll make his way over here and share something that he's prepared for you. Okay, first line can stand. Joseph Dominic Alioto.
Dominic is known to be a fun-loving buddy to many in his circle of friends. When someone is feeling down, Dom is sure to provide the medicine of laughter. When it's time to be serious and get down to business, he's good at that as well.
I've built so many great relationships with my peers here at Stuart Hall that I know will last beyond high school and college. I am so sad to leave because of all the memories. I thank my teachers, my parents, and God for my education here, and I will never forget the memories and friends that I've made along the way.
Henry Clifton Bonney III.
When Henry isn't seen deftly maneuvering through Broadway traffic on his way to and from school on his scooter or e-bike, he can be found in the classroom using his incredibly keen mind to good use by putting concrete facts to play in order to solve abstract problems and puzzles. Additionally, he's a perceptive, accomplished artist.
Graduating from Stuart Hall makes me feel happy and sad. I'm happy because I get to move on to high school and have a new exciting experience, but I'm sad because I enjoyed my 9 years here. I'm very grateful for my parents and all my teachers.
Creighton Rambo Cahill.
Creighton is well known in the community for sustaining academic excellence, displaying courage when courage is needed, and demonstrating leadership through his words and actions. He is a young man who cares deeply about others and lives out his faith on a daily basis. Creighton always leads with the heart.
9 years at Stuart Hall for Boys have provided so many experiences and opportunities that have truly shaped me. I learned a classical language, took advanced mathematics, and had the opportunity, like right now, to speak on stage. But most importantly, I learned from the best group of teachers out there. But sometimes, most valuable lessons are also the simplest. Stay focused and challenged, motivate yourself, and always be proud of what you can accomplish.
Connor Patrick Carr.
Connor's spirit of volunteerism has been truly appreciated during his time at Stuart Hall for Boys. His expertise with lighting, sound systems, and technology in general has benefited the entire community over his years here. Always willing to lend a helping hand, Connor has been described as the dependable go-to guy on campus.
If there's one thing that I've learned here at Stuart Hall for Boys, it's how to persevere. I'm grateful to my parents and all the teachers who have helped me persevere through COVID and all the other hard challenges I had to face. I can't wait to attend Stuart Hall High School with my friends, and I wish good luck to everyone else going into high school.
Leonardo Luciano Casanelli.
As one teacher described Leo, he is a soul filled with sunshine. He's gentle, open, funny, in a very kind way, and never fails to gift others with his dazzling smile. His easygoing nature and warm, welcoming spirit easily draw people into his orbit.
I've been at Stuart Hall for a very long time, and through that experience, I've learned a lot about myself, how to treat others, and how to put myself around others that'll make me a better person. Most of this is due to my guardians, like my parents, and my teachers. Thank you.
Dylan Zhao Ko.
Dylan is the true definition of the scholar athlete. He has achieved incredible success in the classroom, on the soccer pitch, on the basketball and volleyball courts, and on the fencing piste. What stands out most, though, is his kind and generous nature. He is a friend to all and well respected by his peers.
Something I will never forget at Stuart Hall was when our basketball team beat town with only 4 players. We weren't supposed to win that game, but we wanted it so much that we practically willed it to happen. This taught me a very valuable lesson about how important it is to be passionate about anything I do. Thank you.
Jasper James Doyle.
Jasper's calm and patient presence often steadies the ship, known as the classroom, whenever there may be rough seas. He possesses a gentle smile and a brightly engaged mind. Dependable, responsible, and kind are words that best describe this young man.
I came here in 4th grade, moving from a different continent to live in the United States for the first time. I'm grateful for all my classmates that made me feel welcome and at home. Today, our last day together, it feels like I've known them my whole life.
Tyler Michael Flint.
Tyler's kindness is quiet and true. Although not outspoken in situations in the classroom or on campus, his positive attitude, gentle spirit, and drive to succeed speak volumes.
It feels great to graduate from Stuart Hall after 9 years. I couldn't have done it without the help and support of my teachers and parents. This school has made me well prepared for high school next year. Thank you.
Kaden Laxman Gandhi.
Kaden is a true scholar, intelligent for sure, but committed, curious, dogged in his pursuit of knowing. He never settles for sufficient. He is both an accomplished artist and musician.
I've had so many opportunities and made so many memories with all of my friends here at Stuart Hall over my 9 years. But I'd really like to reflect about how Stuart Hall has allowed me to find a passion in music, instrumental music, and like jazz music in particular. Now I play 3 instruments. Fifth grade, I only started with 1. Now I play clarinet, saxophone, and trumpet. So I'd really like to thank everyone who's allowed me to find this passion and who's allowed me to continue to grow and just expand my reaches.
Charles Martin Glazer.
Charlie knows his student self well. His persistence, determination, and hard work have enabled him to reach milestone after milestone on the path of his academic achievement. He possesses an imaginative mind and an expressive genius as an artist.
I know I'm extremely lucky to be able to attend a school like Stuart Hall. One thing I'm most grateful for are the lifelong friends I've made here at Stuart Hall. I've known many of my friends here since I was 5, which is about as long as I can remember. A lifelong friend is one of the most valuable things in life. Something not to take for granted, and I definitely won't. Thank you to all my amazing friends here and to Stuart Hall for the once-in-a-lifetime experience. Thank you.
Elijah Guerrero.
Elijah radiates calm, even when things are chaotic around him. When met with a challenge, he's the type to quietly meet it head on and do what he can to improve the situation. And when he does accomplish something of significance, he does so with little fanfare and attention drawn to him. True humility.
I'm very grateful for my education here at Stuart Hall, and it feels amazing to graduate.
As I stand here, I would like to share 3 words that can be used to sum up my experience here. Keep moving forward. No matter how many mistakes I've made here, all of the difficulties I've encountered, I've always kept on moving forward. Those words will stay with me through high school and the rest of my life. Thank you.
Noah Miles Garushanthaya.
There is a saying that goes like this: steady captain, steady ship. Noah embodies this statement. His calm, gentle presence in the classroom has been greatly appreciated. During his 2 years at SHB, Noah discovered a passion for art, and more specifically, spray paint art. His artistry is recognized among his peers, perhaps the highest form of any praise.
Though I am excited to move on to high school, I've had an amazing journey here at Stuart Hall for Boys, and I am excited to continue that journey through Stuart Hall High School. Even though I've only been here for 2 years, I've had the best experience that anyone could give, and I've learned a lot. It has been a difficult 2 years driving from the East Bay and back every single day, and I would like to thank my parents for making that possible.
Grady William Hausler.
Grady is a caring and respectful boy with a sunny and sweet smile. He's known for being a fantastic conversationalist who has a genuine interest in learning about the way others think. In addition to being a great conversationalist, Grady led the student body this past year as the Commissioner General.
Throughout my years here at Stuart Hall, I've learned more about myself and how to be a better leader. Especially this year, I've learned to cherish the memories I've had with the friends I've made, because you only get so many of them. SHB and the amazing people here have helped me grow as a person and have a good time all the time.
Connor William Herman.
It was Nietzsche who once said, "Without music, life would be a mistake." I don't know how much Connor knows about Nietzsche, probably does, but there's no doubt that he would agree wholeheartedly with this German philosopher-poet. Connor sings, sounds the trumpet, and masterfully commands the ebony and ivory of the piano. Music is his raison d'être.
Stuart Hall has given me many opportunities over the year, but the most impactful one to me was the opportunity to develop my stagemanship. In 3rd grade, the first time I performed in the talent show, I did some magic, and the whole time I was shaking. Stuart Hall has really helped me become much more confident, both on stage and in life, and for that I will always be grateful.
Benjamin Thomas Hobart.
Benny is a young man who has never lost the delightful sense of humor and mischievous smile that he exhibited when he was in kindergarten. Artistically talented, he has a great sense of musicality and a good feel for rhythm. His ability to connect with music and instruments is infectious.
Over my 9 years at Stuart Hall for Boys, I've had a wonderful education and experience, and I am very thankful for it. One lesson Stuart Hall has taught me is don't dwell on past mistakes. If you let that one mistake hold you back, you'll never learn from it. Life is about making mistakes and learning from them. Stuart Hall has taught me this lesson, and I will be forever grateful. Thank you.
Philip Hudson Knott.
there ever was a boy gifted with a perpetual smile and kind face, that would be Philip. He quietly leads by example, demonstrating a steadiness and calm that matter. If Philip could live in the Spark studio, he would. He has a passion for envisioning, creating, building, and producing projects.
One very important lesson that I learned here at Stuart Hall is that no matter how far behind you are, you can always end up in a good spot. In my experience, I had transferred into a new school without knowing anybody there, and despite losing a year of education due to distance learning, I was able to end up with good grades. Thank you, Mom, Dad, and all those who helped me throughout my 2 years at Stuart Hall.
Charlie Cost.
Well, Charlie excels academically in the classroom and is comfortable in that setting. He really comes to life when given the opportunity to be outdoors. He has been a top cross-country runner for the Lions while in the upper forum and has blossomed into quite the accomplished skier. Being in the open air is Charlie's happy place.
I've been at SHB for 9 years, and it has been an experience that I will always remember. I've developed many passions, one of which, running, I will be taking with me into high school. Additionally, I've made many great friends and had many great teachers along the way. To everyone who has helped me through my journey at SHB, I want to say thank you.
Benjamin Maxwell Kramer.
Ben possesses a keen intellect that has allowed him to excel in academic pursuits. His love of learning is infectious. He has served to inspire his classmates to delve deeper with his thought-provoking questions and insights. Perhaps what stands out most, though, is Ben's kind demeanor toward everyone around him.
Throughout my time at SHP, I've had many memories, good and bad. Whether it was my first congé or kindergarten playtime or stressful tests, these memories will always hold a special place in my heart. Over my 9 years here, I've made many lifelong friends and met many amazing teachers, and I will never forget the moments I all had with all of them.
Alexander Thomas Lalwio.
Alex has a gift for diplomacy. He considers multiple perspectives seriously and respectfully. No doubt that is why he was elected by his peers to serve as this year's Student Body Assistant Commissioner General. He knows how to have fun, when to get serious, and when to reach out to lend a helping hand.
As I stand before you all today, I cannot help but reflect on how I arrived here in 5th grade, whereas most of my peers had been here for life. When I was first introduced into the community, I didn't have many friends, but over time, I grew to form some of the greatest friendships I could have ever asked for. Today we end this chapter in our lives, but we take with us these cherished memories, and for that, I'm grateful.
Owen Thomas Lindy.
Owen is driven by his heart and is one of the most empathetic boys in the class. He is known to be kind, open, and welcoming to all in the community. His heart is expansive.
Over my 9 years at Stuart Hall, I've gained many passions that I did not know I had, such as a love for art and sports. I've been supported by faculty and coaches my whole time here, which has made it a great opportunity to try new things and discover new strengths.
Bo Everett Millar.
Bo is a quiet presence on campus. He chooses to let his actions speak for himself, most especially on the basketball court, where he excels beyond measure. He is a gifted athlete who finds his happy place on the hardwood floor with ball in hand.
So I wanted to share that I've been with my fellow classmates almost my whole life, that when I get home or in the car from school, my parents ask me how my day was or what I did, and I tell them, and I mention my classmates' names, and they understand who they are. Next year, we're not going to know, my parents aren't going to know the names of my new friends, so I thought that was cool.
Gabriel Paul Moore.
Gabe is an even-keeled young man who has found academic success through hard work, persistence, and determination. Outside of school, he is most comfortable with the soccer ball at his feet. He has spent hundreds of hours on the soccer pitch. The game is in his blood.
Like many of us, I've spent all 9 years at Stuart Hall. There are so many words I could use to describe these 9 years, but for today I've just picked 3. First, brotherhood. We all have memories that we will never forget, from having a Smarty party in kindergarten to going to DC in 7th grade. 2, competitiveness. Whether it's on the court or in the classroom, we are always trying to one-up each other in everything we do. And last, growth. From wearing shorts in kindergarten to wearing our high school hoodies in 8th grade, we have all grown a lot.
James Francis Lafayette Mulcahy.
One of Jamie's teachers described him in 3 words: he's all in. She went on to explain that he's not a fence sitter and has strong opinions and feelings. Spend a little time with him and you'll come to know his keen and clever mind. He thinks deeply and ponders big questions.
Dear Stuart Hall, thank you for the wonderful lessons and amazing memories you have given to me, whether that be the wonderful sense of community, the amazing DC trip full of core memories, or the sports games across all sports with so many ups and downs. I will be forever grateful that I got to start my education here at Stuart Hall for Boys.
Samuel A. D. Nevin.
Samuel came to Stuart Hall in the 7th grade and was immediately brought into the fold of his peers. His quiet and no-nonsense presence in the classroom and on campus has influenced classmates and teachers alike. He has been a steady force in this community.
Part of me feels like I just got here. I can still recall all of my feelings from those first few days of 7th grade. There was a lot to learn and a lot of stairs to climb. I was worried about making friends and getting lost, but I felt right where I belonged, and I'll carry on many of my friendships at Stuart Hall High School. In the words of another Samuel, Samuel Beckett, to be always what I am, and yet so changed from what I was.
Jake Kwa Oning.
Jake is a student athlete. He has achieved success in the classroom through hard work and persistence, as well as on the basketball court and soccer pitch, through his competitive spirit and athletic abilities.
The thing I will miss most about Stuart Hall is the community. I joined Stuart Hall in 2nd grade, and I was quickly accepted by everyone, not just because their mom had told them to be nice, but because they had cared for me. I don't know if I'll ever experience the same compassion anywhere else, and I'm very sad to be leaving, but very grateful for everyone that has helped me along the way. Thank you.
Philip Andrew Palucci.
Philip is one of those students who will often greet a teacher with a good morning or how are you doing. He displays a genuine interest in people's well-being and can, through his warm smile and kind greetings, simply make a person's day.
It feels great to graduate, but I am going to miss it here. I'm going to miss my friends, teachers, and especially the community. But I'll always be grateful for what I've learned here through the past 9 years here at Stuart Hall. And I'll always cherish these memories for years to come. Thank you.
Oliver James Pecora.
Oliver has a genuine and kind heart. When someone is in need of help or in need of uplifting words for the day, he has the ability to read the situation and is sure to deliver. His spirit of exuberance, inquisitiveness, and penchant for conversation are his trademarks.
I find that wherever I am on campus in my 9th year, I can always remember something that happened. Whether a memory be from the day before or 9 years ago, it is always in my heart. Thank you.
Maxwell Deckard Robinson.
Max is a student athlete who's achieved high levels of success through hard work and dedication in the classroom and on the hardwood floors of the basketball court. His ability to set goals for himself and achieve them is due to his ambitious, persistent nature.
Throughout my 9 years at Stuart Hall, there have been many lessons I've learned and applied to my everyday life. The most notable lesson is a little goes a long way, whether it's helping a teacher pick up after class or sending 20 more minutes into studying. These small and little things could have a big impact on your future, even if it doesn't seem like it would.
Ross Allen Robinson III.
Somehow got mixed up here in my paperwork here. I was taken by what the boys are saying. It's just huge pride. I know it's here, so this is one where if you just give me a moment, Trip, I know you well, just 1 second, okay? Okay. Trip is a boy who I have gone to know personally over the years. The many conversations we've had, the opportunities to talk about his successes and his challenges. Trip in himself lives for basketball and other sports. He's told me one day, Mr. Estrada, I didn't study for that test. I spent the day watching football. I mentioned to Trip, it's okay this day, but as my words to the boys always are, be mindful next time.
It feels great to graduate from Stuart Hall, though I will miss many friends and teachers. This will mark a new chapter in my life.
Many people know that throughout the past 4 to 5 years, I've developed a passion for golf. It has helped me block out everything happening in the world so I could just have fun with my dad, grandparents, and friends. I'm very grateful for my friends and family, especially my dad, mom, and sister. Thank you.
Avery Sarkar.
Avery is still one of the few individuals who regularly uses the exclamations, "Yes, sir," and "No, ma'am." It's unheard of these days. And yet behind these words is certainly a sincere and genuine young man who demonstrates a high level of respect and care for his elders. He has the ability to make one feel truly respected and appreciated.
I've been at Stuart Hall since 6th grade. A lot of us have grown, others, but I'm kidding. We've all grown so much, and I'm grateful for the experience I had at Stuart Hall, and I'm excited to pursue my educational prowess at Stuart Hall for the next 4 years. Thank you.
Nishane Shah.
Nishane has such a beautiful sense of humor and an open soul. He has the ability to put those around him at ease and let them know they are well cared for. These days, basketball has been his raison d'etre. His passion for the sport has given birth to qualities of leadership, persistence, and dedication.
My mom has helped me with my schedule, schoolwork, and driving me to basketball games and practices for the last 8 years. I'm very grateful for this. I would also like to thank my teachers for their generosity and patience, my coaches for their commitment and helping me improve my skills, my peers for helping me laugh and keeping me happy, and finally, my brother, my grandparents, and my dad for being there for me for these last 8 years.
Cade John Shimada.
Cade is the epitome of the proverb, "Still waters run deep." His quiet, calm presence is indeed infectious. He has the incredible ability to make others feel at home and seen. He's a gifted artist and consummate scholar.
During my first few years of Stuart Hall, I was quiet and I had a hard time talking to new people. My time here at Stuart Hall has helped me come out of my shell and express myself in new ways. I will always be grateful to my friends, family, and teachers for helping me become the person I am today. Even though I've grown a lot here at Stuart Hall, I'm excited to grow into an even better person in high school.
Christopher Andrew Hugh Smith.
Christopher is always willing to take the extra step to ensure his success, and he does that with his trademark and beautiful smile. He's a talented musician who finds his happy place tooting his horn in close company of his two musician friends. Together, the trio does know how to make music.
One of my favorite memories at Stuart Hall was one of our father-son camping trips. We went river rafting down the American River in Coloma. Our group's guide told us about one rapid called Satan's Cesspool, which terrified me. On this trip, I learned that the best way to overcome obstacles like this was to trust and work with the people around you.
Liam Julian Smith.
Liam is an exceptionally observant young man whose quiet, confident nature earns him the respect of those around him. He possesses a logical and analytical mind that enables him to see things others simply miss.
One lesson I learned during my 5 years at Stuart Hall is that mentality is the key to success. Henry Ford, the founder of Ford, said it perfectly. Where you think you can or think you can't, you're right. This advice helped me go to my dream school and grow as a person, literally. I will take this advice with me when I start a new chapter in my life, high school. Thank you, SHP, for all the lessons and memories you have given to me over the years. I'll forever remember them.
Tristan Jelani Stanfield.
Tristan is a violinist who, in the words of his strings teacher, possesses innate musicality. On the basketball court, his innate ability to see the floor and orchestrate an offense is equally as impressive. Musician, athlete, quite the pairing.
I've been going to Stuart Hall for 9 years, and every year has been very special to me. I've made great friends and good connections. I've made great friends and good connections with all my teachers. Stuart Hall has taught me so much, and I am so grateful to be part of this community. I will cherish all my memories here. And without Stuart Hall, I would not be the same person I am today.
Wyatt William Vilkin.
Wyatt is a courageous young man who is not afraid to speak the truth when others choose to be silent. He possesses an empathetic heart and is one for whom his social awareness impels him to action.
Winston Churchill once said, "Success is the ability to go from one failure to another without loss of enthusiasm." Talking about the wins and success is great and all, but talking about the wins and success is great and all, but failure is how you learn and how you grow. The one thing the most important lesson I've learned from my 9 years here at Stuart Hall is how to fail, and instead of getting down on myself, growing and learning from the mistakes so I won't do them again.
Drake Zanoli.
Drake is a conversationalist. He enjoys sharing his opinions and feelings on whatever topic might emerge. Additionally, he's an incredibly gifted athlete who excels in volleyball and soccer. On the court and pitch, Drake does lead by example. He's all in, and his teammates know it.
If I could describe my time at Stuart Hall in 3 words, I would say learning, growth, and adventurous. Learning because we'll all leave taking something away. Growth because we have all changed throughout the years. And adventurous because we will all have our stories to tell from our time at Stuart Hall. I am so grateful to be able to attend the class of 2023. Thank you.
Graduates, please stand. presenting the class of 2023. Please stand, and I invite Caden Gandhi to the podium to deliver our benediction.
Good and gracious God, this is the day that you have made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. This day is the culmination of years of work, hours and hours of reading and writing, calculating and investigating, sharing and caring. Years filled with challenges and triumphs, losses and laughter, friends and growth and prayer. And now, these years are coming to a beautiful, joyful end. Dear God of every good gift, bless these graduates, everyone, and fill them with the spirit of your love. We pray that as they go out to make the world a better place, they may continue to share their personal and active faith in you, their God. May they continue to respect intellectual values and share the fruit of their knowledge. May their commitment to social awareness and action make a positive difference in our world. May they build community wherever they go, and remain forever the important part of our community that they are today. And may they, through their ongoing growth in wisdom and grace, bring others to you as they share their talents in the wider world. We ask you, who are a tender father and mother to us, to protect and guide these children of the heart as through their lives they discover and reveal your love in the world. We ask you in the name of the Sacred Heart of Jesus to bind us together with one another and with you. Cor unum et anima tua. Una. Forever and ever. Amen.
All right, we're getting close to the final closing today, but we're at an incredible opportunity to hear from the hearts of these young men, and so impressed with Mr. Estrada's capture of their unique genius. Maybe a little special thank you to... Now, just to cue you into a tradition, what the graduates will do is they'll process out through this door, but they will walk past each faculty member who is here for a final congratulations. So families, we are going to have the faculty process out first, and then the students, and just know it's going to take a little while, because every teacher here is going to want to congratulate them. We welcome you to come to the Cortile for a reception, and we are also orchestrating a class picture in front of Flood. So I know you'll have a lot of cameras going, but you do have a little time to just enjoy the moment. And I invite the faculty who are sitting in the back to come down to the front. I see they're making their way as we begin our procession. But congratulations to each of you. One, after an event like this, can only have faith and optimism in the world and its future. Thank you so much.